I find out that this was trying to sacrifice my son. Everybody keeps coming for my child. And now this witch says she's gonna sacrifice him to her voodoo idols.
So apparently, Beyonce is being accused again of doing black magic. Now here's what I'm gonna say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witchery, okay?
Out of nowhere, the celeb world just got flipped upside down. A fresh wave of rumors hit the timeline, and everybody's spiraling. Someone dropped what feels like a secret bomb, and now all eyes are locked on Beyoncé. Wild claims are flying. Accusations are spreading. And people are saying there's no way everyone is making this up. The internet's talking like there's a whole secret network doing rituals behind the scenes. It's getting louder by the hour. But here's where things really exploded. Word on the street is that Nicki Minaj has allegedly been convinced for months that Beyoncé is somehow targeting her and her family. Now, let's be clear, these are online rumors. Nothing verified. But the way they're spreading? Absolutely wild. People have been whispering about tension between Nicki and the Carters for a long time now. But right now, it's being described like the quiet drama finally snapped into something full-on. The internet's calling it a straight-up celebrity standoff. And everyone's watching like it's a movie they can't pause. According to the chatter online, Nicki supposedly thinks Beyoncé's been involved in spiritual practices for years. And that she's now being punished for speaking out. Again, this is all speculation from people on the internet. Nothing confirmed. But it's fueling a massive firestorm.
Real quick, MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday, and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And I said, it's okay, MTV, I can control.
There are also claims floating around that Jay-Z is tired of his name getting dragged into this. And people online are saying he might be ready to clap back legally. If that happens, this would turn into one of the biggest celebrity clashes we've seen in a long time. So now people are debating whether Nicki is stressing herself out over rumors or if she truly feels like someone is coming for her. The streets love a messy theory. And this one? Spinning out of control fast. One thing about Nicki Minaj, she never backs down from anybody. Especially not Jay-Z or Beyoncé. She's always been bold with her opinions and she'll speak her mind no matter who gets upset. But this situation is getting deeper than regular shade or normal celebrity feuds. Right now, the internet is buzzing like Nicki feels her family is being dragged into something she never signed up for. And that's why the conversation is hitting so hard. This whole thing is turning into a storyline nobody expected. People online are acting like they just discovered something new. Even though Beyoncé has been dealing with spiritually based accusations for years. Every few months, someone tries to paint her as some kind of mystical mastermind. So none of these rumors are surprising. But the twist this time is different. Because the claims floating around involve family, and that's why folks are calling it shocking. Up until now, the internet talk has mostly stayed around adults in the industry. Never kids. So, when people started saying Nicki Minaj believes Beyoncé is somehow tied to anything involving Papa Bear, the reaction was instant. Whether the rumors are exaggerated or completely false, the buzz they caused was huge. To be fair though, Nicki did throw the first spark a while back when she brought up Beyoncé's kids during her heated situation with Desiree Perez and Jay-Z.
Nicki Tanya, Mariah Petty, I've done some amazing work in my time. I've changed the game and rearranged the game and, you know what I'm saying, body shamed the game and then came again, okay? So listen, sometimes Onika just want to hear Onika. You feel me? Don't mean see him in the street, kick them right in my throat. And then do motion. Okay?
She went on social media and dropped a post saying, "Camel and rats. We are not fazed by boated tweets and bots in the comments. That's precisely why you broke. Now, Desiree got Phyllis since I said she was ugly. Now she is uglier. Okay, Camel. Let's talk about your kids today. That's on the docket, Ninja Shuffle's papers." She was going off like she had nothing to lose. This was the same moment where Nicki and Cardi were going back and forth about each other's families. And things got messy real fast. In the middle of that chaos, Jay-Z also caught some heat because Nicki tweeted something like, "Jay-Z, take off that lace front." And Jay-Z got mad that I wouldn't give him a beat that I already had legal paperwork for. The song I did with Weeknd on Queen, he said it's Beyoncé's beat and who just lay down and let them take it and then sue me for making a similar beat. She wasn't holding back at all. Now, normally Jay-Z and Beyoncé ignore most online drama. But once their kids get pulled in, everything changes. Everybody knows the Carters move super private and they protect their family at all costs. And people still remember when they almost took legal action against Kanye after he made offensive comments about their twins online. Kanye had tweeted things questioning whether anyone had seen Jay-Z and Beyoncé's younger kids and posted another comment suggesting scientific methods were a blessing. The posts were harsh and unnecessary. And even though he deleted them later, he admitted he only removed them to keep his account from being flagged. He made it clear he wasn't apologizing. This made the situation even more chaotic. All of this history is exactly why people think the current tension might spike even higher.
But that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, you Christian too.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby.
Anytime the Carters' kids get dragged into drama, even through rumors, everything becomes a whole different level of serious. People still talk about the moment Kanye admitted he only deleted those posts about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's family because he didn't want his account shut down. He literally said it wasn't because he suddenly felt like doing the right thing. This made the whole situation even louder online. It had everybody saying, "Wow, so he really meant every word." And it set the stage for a major fallout. According to reports, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were caught off guard that Kanye went after their two youngest kids in such an aggressive all-caps rant. People close to them were saying the couple was stunned that someone they once trusted would even bring their family into something like that. The talk online was that they were seriously considering how to respond, whether behind the scenes or through legal channels. They didn't end up taking him to court, but after that drama, Kanye's public image went downhill fast. He had to circle back and apologize to some of the very people he had thrown shade at. This showed how messy the whole moment really was. And on the internet, people started whispering that Beyoncé wasn't playing any games when it came to protecting her children, adding all kinds of extra layers to the story. Those same gossip circles then started saying that if Beyoncé could allegedly stand her ground like that with someone she once considered close, then things could get even hotter if Nicki keeps pushing. Again, all rumors. Nothing proven. But the way the streets talk, they turn everything into a whole storyline in seconds. Nicki, for her part, hasn't exactly been holding back either. She's been dropping shade toward Jay-Z and Beyoncé for a while. And she says the root of the tension is that Jay-Z supposedly tried to cut into her money. She even tweeted something like, "Beef calculated about 100 to 2 million for Jay-Z, call me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still on my top 5 though? Let's get it, ninjas."
Right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And this true.
That tweet had everyone confused and entertained at the same time. Nicki also claimed she wanted to use some of the money she says Jay-Z owes her to help some of her supporters pay for school, calling it her Student of the Game charity. That just added more fuel to the belief that the tension between them has been brewing for a long time. And honestly, Nicki has thrown shade in her music, too. In her verse on the remix with DOAT, she said, "Why you talking about who body fake with all them feelings in your face? You are just full of hate. The real one ain't keep your ninja home. Now you're looking silly. That's worrying to sell a clown." She knows how to cut deep when she's ready. And she puts it right in the lyrics. So now the internet is watching like it's a live drama series, waiting to see how far this feud goes and who's ready to clap back next. Fans caught on fast when Nicki dropped that shady line, especially because it came right after Beyoncé's verse on Savage. The timing had people screaming, because Beyoncé had just delivered that confident line about showing some real, and Nicki popped up with something that sounded way too pointed to be a coincidence. The internet was acting like they solved the whole mystery overnight. And let's be real, Nicki knew exactly what she was doing when she made that comment about someone's body not being enough to keep their partner home. That didn't sound random at all. It felt like she pressed send with full intention, especially since everyone remembers the Lemonade era and the conversations it sparked. Add in the fact that Nicki had her own moment with Megan, too, and fans instantly linked all of it together. But that wasn't the only time people felt she was throwing shots. In her song Press Play, Nicki mentioned Beyoncé's name directly and said something like, "They said, why can't you, Beyoncé? Daddy wasn't no businessman. Mama wasn't no business owner. What an idiot." That line had everybody clutching their phones like, she really said that. It was bold, messy, and unforgettable. Then came the 2023 VMAs. And Nicki added even more fuel to the fire when she said something that sounded like she believed Jay-Z and Roc Nation were pushing MTV to make certain decisions. That comment had the whole internet debating whether she was exposing something or just stirring the pot on purpose. Nicki didn't stop there, either. She also threw shade at Megan Thee Stallion, implying Jay-Z was boosting her up to comfort Nicki. In one tweet, she went straight for Megan and wrote something like, "B thinks she a bully cause she got a ROC Nation brunch every year. Be mad at party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family. Get up on your good foot. Go apologize to your mother and nasty serpents." That tweet alone could have been a whole episode of reality TV. And when Beyoncé stepped into her cowboy era earlier this year, Nicki was right there tossing more shade. A fan tweeted a throwback cowgirl clip and Nicki replied with a side-eye emoji like she was sending a message loud and clear. People instantly ran with it. Things got even louder when someone posted a photo of Nicki on stage and she clapped back with "The bully ride is not mechanical." Everyone knew what that meant instantly. It was a direct nod to Beyoncé's viral performance where she rode that mechanical bull like she was in a full rodeo showdown. Fans were screaming because Nicki definitely wasn't being subtle. This whole back and forth energy has turned into one of the messiest celeb tensions online. And fans are analyzing every lyric, every emoji, every tweet like it's a coded message. When Nicki jumped on station head and played Beyoncé's Flawless, fans thought it was a peace offering at first. People started celebrating like the feud was magically over. But Nicki shut that down quick because she made it clear that playing a song doesn't mean everything is cool behind the scenes. She wasn't about to let people spin the narrative. And while Beyoncé stayed silent through all of this, guess who didn't stay quiet? Solange. Everybody knows Solange is not the person you want stepping into a situation because she moves with a different level of energy. Even Jay-Z learned that in the past. So when she steps in, people take notice instantly. Right around the time Nicki was talking loud online, Solange posted something that looked like a spiritual setup. Almost like an altar. And then turned the comments off. That alone had the internet losing its mind because it felt like a warning without her saying a single word. It was one of those message received moments. Fast forward to now, and fans are still discussing Nicki's comments involving Beyoncé's children. At this point, she's probably wishing she never said anything involving the Carter kids because the internet refuses to let it go. The rumor mill is spinning non-stop, and people online are making all kinds of claims. Right now, the streets are saying that Nicki believes Beyoncé allegedly put some kind of spiritual energy toward Papa Bear. And that's why people online started pushing this whole "he's mute" rumor.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
Rumors are flying again, and none of it is confirmed. just internet whispers spinning in circles for fun. Even Nicki hasn't dropped anything solid. It's all pure speculation wrapped in dramatic gossip. Nobody's saying Beyoncé did anything or didn't do anything. The whole idea is outrageous on its own. But Nicki should have known better than to pull Beyoncé's kids into any shade, because once kids get dragged in, everything spirals instantly. Even if Beyoncé wasn't the one reacting, karma never misses its cue when it wants to make a point. People also haven't forgotten that Beyoncé has been hit with occult and witchcraft accusations for years. Nothing proven, just the kind of wild claims the internet refuses to let die. Most of that came from her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, who tossed out some explosive accusations that set gossip pages on fire. Reports say Kimberly believed Beyoncé was targeting her with dark magic, harassment, and even spells. She claimed Beyoncé was watching her phone and messing with her money. Those claims went viral in seconds, even though not a shred of it was confirmed. That's why fans think Nicki tapped into the same old rumor pot, because the internet loves resurrecting chaos, especially when it's questionable. Now every word Nicki says becomes a new theory and people run with it like they're solving a mystery. Kimberly Thompson has never backed down from her claims, even though no one understands why she thinks a global superstar would focus that kind of energy on her alone. She insists every issue traces back to Beyoncé and even went live trying to break everything down. The internet devoured it because anything tied to Beyoncé turns into a full hurricane. And people haven't forgotten when Kanye went off in 2022, throwing Jay-Z and Beyoncé into a storm of unproven accusations. That drama took over everything. Then, Jaguar Wright added fuel during her Piers Morgan interview by dropping her own rumor linking Beyoncé to Aaliyah's passing. Also unverified, but it sent the chaos even higher. Nicki has seen these accusations swirling online, which makes it even wilder that she keeps poking at them anyway. Now the rumor mill claims she's terrified and trying to flip things by saying she wants to expose Jay-Z and Beyoncé once and for all. It looks like a circus, but insiders are saying something totally different. They say Beyoncé and Jay-Z are confused like everyone else. Word on the street is they have no idea why Nicki has been coming for them for years and feel blindsided by the entire situation. People used to brush off Nicki's rants as stress or bad timing since she's always denied using anything harmful, but this latest round crossed a major line. Rumors online claim Jay-Z is finally considering a legal clapback. Talks of a defamation lawsuit are everywhere, along with whispers of a restraining order and even a gag order to stop Nicki from mentioning his family ever again. If that's true, things are about to rocket out of control. Nicki has gone from tossing small jabs to diving straight into spiritual warfare, and the whole industry is watching with held breath. If even a piece of what she's claiming about Beyoncé landed, it would shake the celebrity world to its core. But if none of it sticks, Nicki may have poked the wrong empire and made herself look reckless doing it. Jay-Z is reportedly lining up lawyers. Beyoncé is staying silent but powerful like always. And somehow Papa Bear's name has slid right into the center of one of the biggest online feuds we've ever seen. Right now Nicki looks like she's standing alone in the eye of the storm. The world is watching to see where this goes next. Either she's finally saying what others were scared to touch, or she just lit a match in front of the Carters with no exit plan. Whatever is happening, this story is nowhere near done. Every rumor, every post, every tiny comment is pushing this into an even bigger showdown. It's giving full celebrity battlefield energy. Millions of eyes are locked in on both sides waiting for the next move. And honestly, the way things are escalating, the next chapter might be even wilder than everything we've already seen. This isn't regular drama anymore. It's turned into a full storyline that the internet refuses to look away from. Before you head out, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because this saga is only getting hotter. And check out the video on your screen for even more celebrity tea waiting to be spilled. See you in the next one.